Welcome to Level Up with Winnie Sun.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back and happy Thursday to you. I hope that you're having a great day. It's certainly been a busy one here at headquarters. And if you're joining us on the replay, a big hello. Today's kind of a treat. Today, not only are we streaming to you, but we're also going live for the first time on Amazon Live. Now, sort of like, first time for everything. There's been a couple of hiccups. We're hoping the technology would work, but I'm also joined by a very, very dear friend of mine, and you're going to meet her in just a second. But I just want to let you know also that we're tuning in to Modern Mom. We're grateful to have you here. If you're joining us on the live stream replay, do know we appreciate you tuning in. Let's talk about the market and let you know how the market closed today. Now, the Dow closed up 318 points. The NASDAQ also up 50. The S&P 500 also up 34 points. A very strong day in the financial markets. However, sometimes when it gets too good, you're just thinking, well, is it going to end? Are things going to get more challenging? Well, it just might, because today, unfortunately, after the financial markets closed, the Feds warned that there's a potential for not just declines in the financial markets, not just pullbacks, but what they quote unquote call significant declines in asset prices as valuations continue to rise. I mean, we see this has been earnings week. It's been crazy. We've been seeing great earnings out of many of the big tech companies like Amazon and Apple, and even today, Peloton. And yet there's definitely areas of concern. We're hearing that across the board. But the central bank also said, but don't worry. If there is more challenges, we have tools at our disposal to, really do proper safeguards. So hopefully that is the case, and actually hoping that this year still continues to be strong as many of us continue to be invested for long-term goals, such as our financial goals and all that good stuff. Now, today, Peloton reported fiscal third quarter sales growth of over 140%. They're saying that their supply chain is actually going to improve now because the pandemic is starting to see like the end is getting closer. And so they're going to be able to improve deliveries. They think that that's going to definitely be an improvement for future Peloton numbers. They're also saying that the wait times for its bike, which is the big one that everyone's like honing in on, you'll be able to receive delivery very quickly. So if you want to pick one up for Mother's Day, they made a note too that, not a bad idea to order one. Now, on the heels, don't forget, though, we're also hearing the news that you may have heard this week that, well, unfortunately, Peloton is having to recall all their treadmills because there's been a death and children have been hurt. And so there's been a lot of concerns around that. Now, whether or not that's already priced into the results that we see today is yet to be seen, but we'll have to see how that unfolds and how that impacts Peloton's numbers next quarter. Now, here in the United States, we're celebrating Mother's Day this weekend. I actually forgot, and I should know this because I have a mother, obviously, and I have 3 kids, but we just get so busy, we sometimes forget about these very important holidays. Mothers are working full-time around the clock, and you may know that the average working mother makes just 75 cents on every dollar paid to full-time working fathers, according to a new analysis that came out of the National Women's Law Center. So this is something that a lot of people are saying this has to change. In fact, this month is Mother's Equal Pay Day, which is falling this week. So if you have a mother or you're a working mother, do know that there's added concerns of why are we actually earning 25% less than our comparable fathers who are also working parents. So something to consider, something to think about, but let's go and have some fun because Mother's Day is just around the corner and we should talk about this. We should definitely talk about this. And to help us do that is my friend, the one and only Bethany Walsh. Now, some of you recognize her. She's a regular on our show. I just adore her and love her. She's a native New Yorker and a credit card travel rewards program guru. In fact, before we actually went live, she had this huge whiteboard in the back of her. And I said, what do you use the whiteboard for? Is this something that your husband needs for work? And she's like, no, that's where she keeps track of all her genius. So she's the founder of bougiemiles.com. And she teaches people how to travel in the most luxurious way without breaking your budget. Sometimes not even having to reach into your wallet, which is so incredible. She lives for the deal and has a love, aka obsession, for all things beautiful, all things awesome, all things travel. And so when she's not lying on a beach or analyzing mileage award charts, this is kind of geeky, she enjoys spending time with her foster dogs, and volunteering for animal rescue, and spending time with her very hot husband, I hear too, right? So welcome, Bethany, back to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And yes, CrossX Fighter, Joshua, we see you on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. I saw you earlier. And yes, we actually had to come live a second time today because we are trying a new platform, which is Amazon Live. So if you are on Amazon right now, we are actually going live on their platform right now as well. Sometimes we try new things. Sometimes it works right out of the gate, and sometimes you got to try a few more times. And today we did. We had tried a few more times, but it's been so far so good, and we're excited to talk about Mother's Day. So, Bethany, I don't know if you. I'm going to let you guess this because I feel like you're going to know this right off the bat because you're sort of my source of all things cool, B. Just so you know. And let's talk about Mother's Day. I'm sure you know this. What is the most common Mother's Day gift, do you think?
Flowers?
Of course, right? I know, I got this wrong. 64% plan to get their mothers a nice bouquet of flowers. And the other thing is we also know that mothers love to eat out, right? So that's sort of a big thing too. But many people I know struggle with this, and especially fathers, right? Being challenged of what do you get your mom for Mother's Day? So I said, Bethany, we gotta have some fun here. We're gonna kind of throw it up a little bit, let's make their job a little bit easier, right? There's a lot of cool things that even if you're last minute here, you could make your mom super, super excited. And so we're going to talk about that today. And actually, that sort of kind of ties into what we're doing on Amazon Live today too. So you can actually, if you go on Amazon Live, you could actually see some of the items right now that we're going to be talking about, So, hello. I see actually someone at Amazon Live saying, and I am monitoring your comments on Amazon Live as well. So if you happen to be there, do say hello and let me know where you're joining us from. I would love to do that as well. Okay, so Bethany, I got to show you this because we talked about like some of the things that we would love to give our parents, right? Our mothers and different types of mothers. Like some mothers are more into cooking. Some mothers are definitely more into travel, lifestyle, beauty. What are the categories be where we're talking about?
We had moms who like to travel, moms who love their tech, moms who like to make memories, pet moms.
Pet moms, that's right. Pet moms is a big one. Yeah, and moms, maybe empty nesting moms or moms with young children, a different type of song. But what we're going to hone in on today is sort of like really simple things. Some of the things that we love and we wouldn't mind getting for Mother's Day. Bethany, obviously, as a parent of many four-legged, lovely children, and I have 3 kids of my own. But I will tell you, I've always struggled with this, Bethany. I feel like I could never get my mom the perfect gift. Like she either, didn't want me to spend money or whatever. But I feel like today's list, my mom would be happy with what we're going to pick out and share today. What about your mom?
Couldn't agree with you more. I actually have a funny background story for this on the whole flower idea. So I check my husband's email for like credit card purposes because I send a lot of stuff like his way. That's kind of for my business. So I saw that he ordered a big bouquet of roses and I called them to try to cancel, but I didn't tell him because I didn't want him to feel bad.
Okay, someone who's watching right now, I'm curious, Joshua, what you think about this right now. But I guess some of the backstory is this. Bethany obviously is the travel guru. She knows so much about points and miles as it pertains to credit cards. So she might be like, well, I don't want him ordering on that credit card because, there's a lot of other factors, but she means really well. I know Joshua's laughing right now. Okay, Bethany, I love the story. But let's jump into it. I want to give you some ideas on how you can level up your Mother's Day. Okay. I'm going to start with this. This is actually something I bought for myself, and I have one downstairs for my mom as well. And luckily, she doesn't watch live video, so she will not know that I got this for her. But this is one of my most favorite things. You know what this is, B?
It's a scarf?
It is a scarf. It's a scarf. And what it is, and I think it's listed on my Amazon, but basically, it's a scarf you wear like this, right? So I like it because, like, you know, it keeps me warm. But here's the best part, okay? It opens up.
That's
and
awesome.
You can put stuff in it. So, like, you could put your money and your credit cards and your wallet and your cell phone. Now, you put your cell phone in, it does get a little heavy, I will say, because, like, it kind of hangs, you know? But this is like, okay, I traveled all over. I've traveled all over Europe with this. I traveled all over Asia with it. And I love it because I feel like, you know, like there's like one thing you don't have to carry, which is cooler. I know Joshua likes it. It's cooler. And also, you don't, sometimes there's like, certain parts of the world, you might be considered pickpockets. And I just feel like it like kind of helps with that. Because one thing I remember when I did this, did you do this, Bethany? Like when I went to Italy, one of the things that they require you to do when you check into a hotel is to turn over your passport. And that made me really nervous, right? So I made sure that I kept a copy of my passport on me at all times.
You should always have a picture of your passport, just like one in a secure folder on your phone or something, just in case. But yeah, it is nerve-wracking to give that away. Then what?
Right. And actually, not only that, I think you should keep a copy, certainly on your phone. But I also recommend sending a copy to a family member or loved one who's not with you. So just in case, you need it, then you can actually, show it to them. So those are some things that, I think that everyone should consider. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Bethany. What's the recommendation that you have for leveling up Mother's Day that you think that your mom or other moms would absolutely love? Let's go into your world because we're all talking about travel here for you.
Okay, so my number one travel essential is sheet masks. So before I get off the plane or before I get out of the car or wherever I'm going, I have to use a sheet mask because you get so dry and dehydrated. And this is not just for moms, by the way. Dudes can do this too. But I know that us ladies love to look good when we get where we're going. And if you're dehydrated, it's just not going to work out. So I always do a sheet mask. And it just, it makes me feel good. I feel like I look good. And it rehydrates the skin, which is like very dry from flying.
I love this idea, especially because it's especially for some kids, especially or that may say, I don't know what to get my mom. I don't have that big a budget, right? So actually, like I found this one that I really love that I've used before on Amazon, and it's by The Body Shop, and it's $6. So super, super easy to use, right? And the other thing that I got a tip from one of my friends, Peter Shankman, he's a big traveler. He told me he spends like over $300,000 a year traveling. And he said, whenever I get on a plane, I bring a big bag of M&Ms and I would hand them over to the crew because they would give him special treatment throughout his flight, right? Because he showed appreciation. But nowadays, let's be honest, not everybody is going to want M&Ms to share with the crew. But one thing I have noticed, I did this on my trip to Asia last year, is I brought extra face masks and gave them out to the crew. They are ladies and men, actually, and they loved them, right?
I love that. I've never thought of that. That's an excellent idea.
It's super fun. And this one's on Buy Shop I really like. It's like $6, but then I shared the Buy Republic ones because those are also organic because I know a lot of moms are really into organic beauty. And I know you, Bethany, are into that, right?
Oh yeah. If it's not organic, it's bust.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's good. I think, because what we put on our skin is just like what we're putting on body. So I think that's a good idea. I want to talk about this other thing though, because some of you might think it's really weird, but I kind of love it. And that is the what they call sleeping bags. I love this because I've had one for a really long time because, when we met up in New York. Yeah. And I'm a really like I just don't want to deal with bed bugs. But if you travel, and a lot of moms I know love to travel, this I feel like is an absolutely must get. And actually, I actually have this exact one that we're showing right now. For those of you who don't know what this is, Bethany, you want to explain what this is?
Yeah. So for me, so for you, it's like a germ thing or a bed bug thing, right? For me, it's like a chemical thing. I hate the idea of laying in a bed that's been like washed with like bleach and like Lysol. So I just bring this
Ooh,
amazing little like cocoon to protect me. And you lay it on the bed, or you can do it on your lie flat seat on the plane. And it basically is just like a sleeping bag, but it's just a sheet. So it's the shell of it. And, it protects you and anybody even who's very, who has like sensitivity to chemicals or allergies. It's really good for them too.
I love that. Yeah, I love that you say that because I didn't know that they wash sheets in Lysol, but in bleach that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I will say this. When I first saw it, I thought, okay, this might be kind of hot, but it's actually not. Like they make it in certain materials. Like I know the one that you shared was actually made out of silk, which is pretty bougie. That's very bougie, and I know that's probably very good for your hair and skin too. I actually have a more simple one. I think it's made out of like cotton or microfiber combination. This actually this one that you see in the picture right now, and it's awesome. It's just like it wraps over the pillows. You put it all over the bed. I like to buy the really big one because I like to like have lots of space, but you don't get hot and you're really clean. And I actually recommend buying it in a very different color. Don't buy it in white or beige because you want to make sure when you leave, you know that that's yours and doesn't belong to the Hyatt or the Westin.
Yep. That's one of the smartest tips I've ever heard. I never thought of that. And from now on, I'm going to make sure that everything I bring to a hotel is very obtuse.
Yeah, it has to stand out. And I love that this other thing that you shared too. So we're actually talking all about travel moms right now because Bethany and I have this love of travel, and pretty much all my clients that are moms or people that I think they always most of them really enjoy travel. Of course, there's going to be one-offs, but the other thing that I love that you shared was those pink, like you had a bottle that could smush into nothing. And then you had compression bags too, which are super cool. And of course I had to do 2 colors of pink, like regular baby pink and like hot pink, because I feel like that the hot pink is sort of like, it's on brand, it kind of works. But this is a really cool, do you actually have this bottle?
So I don't have that exact one, but I have one from the same company. It's awesome. It was like a game changer for me because I am always super worried about where I'm getting my water. Like I'm always thirsty, always. You guys know from having me on the show, I'm constantly drinking water. And this is amazing because like I used to, buy a big water bottle and then put it in my bag, and then I would have to dump it out for TSA. And then I would either have to go buy a new one at the airport, which if you know how much water costs at the airport, it's like
highway robbery,
right? So all you have to do is dump it out, and then you just collapse it and put it into like the side of your backpack or whatever your carry-on is. It's amazing, and it's BPA free, which is very important.
That's amazing. That really is amazing. Yeah. I love the idea because same with you, I love this idea better than my idea because I used to bring like empty water bottles and then refill them at the airport, but this is way better.
Yeah, because when you're finished with it, it's this big.
Yeah, and it's probably really easy to wash and probably could put it in the dishwasher too. So I do love that. I love that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like water is my thing. So that's an essential travel item.
I love this. Okay, so one last thing, because we got to talk about this, is we always have health moms, right? We have moms that are really in tune to making sure that we stay healthy. I don't know how many times my mom has bugged me about taking vitamins, making sure that I get enough sleep. Bethany, because I'm joking with her because she didn't get enough sleep last night. She told me she's like really tired right now. But our moms sort of always are focused on us staying healthy. So one thing that I love that you added to your list was Bionic Boost. And so maybe we can talk about Bionic Boost for a moment.
Okay, so first off, let me tell you that my husband will use it with no complaints, which is like, if there's a vitamin, there's something healthy, we have a problem. but he's got no issue with this. It tastes amazing. And I don't know, like some people maybe who have flown like Emirates first class, when you get on, they give you these like little tubes of like vitamin tablets.
Mm-hmm.
And this is basically that 10 times better, and it actually tastes good.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Like dissolve it into water. It's just like a couple sprays. So I love it. My husband loves it, and it tastes really good. Also, if you're like a party mom, kind of like me, a couple of spritzes in like a vodka soda. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, so Bionic Boost, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's actually an immunity spray. It's all organic and it has no added sugar. So, and it tastes good. And like, so I love it because basically it's like this small, right? And then I can use it. I actually use it most of the time before I start the live stream because it just tastes so good. Gives you that little pop of sweetness, so you think like you had dessert, but actually you didn't. And like I love it because like when I travel with my colleagues for work and whatnot, it's like very sanitary. You can just hand it over and they can spray it. It has like vitamin C, has echinacea, has all these organic ingredients to keep you from getting sick. Especially right now, I think especially important. So if you're thinking about what to get your mom that I almost promise you she hasn't heard of, this is probably going to be really well received. And the fact that Bethany's husband enjoys it, that's a beautiful thing, because I will say that all three of my kids, and you know, kids can be kind of like, my 7-year-old, let's just say he's sort of a foodie who's very picky at the same time. He actually loves it. And that was sort of a big aha moment for us. So thank you so much, Bethany, for that. And that you can actually check that out. And if you do check it out, do let me know how you like it. I'd be really curious, because the manufacturer and I came together with this idea, and that's how it came to be. And actually, Bionic Boost is sort of our new baby. First time we're actually sort of talking about it. Definitely first time on Amazon Live. So excited to hear your thoughts on that. But so Bethany, tell me this: what's on your travel list? What's next for you?
Oh gosh. So I just got back from Vegas, and it was pandemic-y, and so I'm waiting until everybody's vaccinated and maybe we don't have to like wear masks on the plane, because there's only so many cookies you can eat before you have to put the mask back on. And yeah, so I'm just hoping to get to Europe by the end of the year. But I will take anything at this point, even just like Maine. I don't care. I'm on the East Coast, so Maine, like fishing or something. Not that I would fish, but some kind of adventure.
There's an adventure mom. Some adventure moms might want a fishing kit, so you could check that out too.
Yeah, right. I mean,
I love that.
I can't recommend any items on Amazon for that, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, thank you, Bethany. Thank you so much of course, for being my friend. And thank you for kind of being here and helping me test out this Amazon Live. If you enjoy it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And I don't know, Bethany, I feel like we had some fun today,
We definitely did. Yeah. I mean, I could talk about shopping all the time.
I know. And, on that note, I will say that we're going to have Bethany back definitely to talk about this, because she also has this obsession with lipstick that we need to dwell on and level that up as well. So thank you all so much. Huge thank you. I want to invite you to definitely follow Bethany Walsh. She's all over social media. She's got a very prominent YouTube channel. Bethany, do you want to tell us a little about your YouTube channel? Because I know it's doing very, very well.
Yes. So Bougie Miles, same way it's spelled there. Just follow me on YouTube and you will get so the good thing about YouTube is that it's not actually in writing. So you get all the juicy stuff that you don't actually get from the blog, because it's I don't want to post it, but I can say it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So people are always like, wow, that was a really good tip. How come it's not on the blog? Well, now you know why.
Yeah, now you know why. So definitely follow her on YouTube. Some of the best credit card tips for travels and miles. Let me just say, she always tends to fly first class, the best hotels and whatnot. And she does so with her techniques that she so generously shares with the public on an ongoing basis. She's also very active on Twitter as well. So you definitely want to give her a follow there as well. So huge thank you to Joshua and everybody tuning in today. Really hope that you enjoyed it. For Mother's Day, why not do something fun, right? And thank you so much for being here with us. And for those of you watching us on Amazon Live, thank you for welcoming us and get to know Bethany Walsh as well. We hope to do this again with you very, very soon. So thank you so much for watching, supporting our program, and please take a moment to share this show with someone that you care about. As a reminder, you can find full episodes of Level Up with Winnie Sun on NASDAQ, Amazon Fire, and Roku. So be well, and I can't wait to see you again tomorrow now. Take care. Thank you, Bethany.
Thank you. Bye.